NorCal, or Northern California, is vastly different than SoCal, aka Southern California. Just ask anybody from the area, especially in SF, they'll tell you. Northern California is home to some of the most incredible national parks, gorgeous beaches, and arguably the best wine region in the United States. From fresh seafood to sprawling cattle ranches to some of the best fresh produce year-round, Northern California really is a cook's dream. It's also home to San Francisco, a city known for birthing the American sourdough bread movement. And any city that's obsessed with bread gets a gold star in my book. Northern California has so much to offer that I've decided that in order to sort of give the region the respect it deserves, we need to showcase a ton of different foods. So we're gonna put a ton of different foods together into one sandwich that I call the NorCal. Yes, very creative name. Santa Maria-style barbecue is a Central Californian specialty, but it's kinda eaten all over the state and has become very popular in recent years all over the country. It's nothing more than good meat, a basic spice rub, and wood fire. Tri-tip is a piece of beef that comes from the very tip of the sirloin. It comes in 1 to 4 pounds and tends to be on the leaner side. And it's very tasty on the grill, which is exactly how we're gonna cook it. You could fire the grill up with coals, sure, but in the spirit of Santa Maria barbecue, I'm going for the wood. So into the trusty Weber kettle goes a bunch of wood that we're just gonna burn down into coals. And wood is an excellent high heat source that also kisses the meat with oh so slightly smoky flavor. I'll cook the beef directly over the coals to give it color, then let it finish on the indirect side of the grill until it's roughly 125 Fahrenheit. This'll take anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, searing and all, but of course that timing depends on a load of factors, so it's best to go by doneness and not time. Alright, while that finishes cooking, let's go back upstairs and take a look at our other ingredients. This is Monterey Jack cheese, a fantastic buttery melting cheese that, yes, was developed in Monterey, California. Now, a lot of people go nuts over caramelized onions, but have you tried caramelized fennel? If not, you should, because it's delicious and it's great to have on hand in the fridge. Remove the stems from the bulb, save those for later. You can treat those fronds kind of like herbs. Then julienne the bulb up like you would an onion, season with salt, then sweat the fennel down in butter until fragrant and jammy. Every good sando needs some sort of sauce. In this case, we're going to showcase wonderful in-season artichokes and walnut oil, both products of California. To prep les artichokes, snap the leaves off like so. You can save these for later. Then, once you get to that tender yellow core, snap off the stem, cut off the top, and use a paring knife to trim or turn the artichoke until all that's left is the edible core. Store the prepped chokes in lemon water to avoid browning, and simmer them in salted water until tender, about 10 to 15 minutes. Shock the cooked artichokes in an ice bath and remove the rough, inedible, furry stuff on the inside so that all that's left is the edible artichoke heart. Is the heart of the artichoke. By now our fennel should be wilted down and jammy, so just take that off the flame and let it hang out on the back burner while we make our Artichoke Walnut Aioli. To a food processor, add 3 garlic cloves, 3 of our cooked artichoke hearts, an egg yolk, the juice of a lemon, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, a few cracks of BP, and a pinch of salt. Mix that all up until smooth, then with the motor running, slowly stream in 2/3 cup of walnut oil and our 1/3 cup of neutral oil. Any neutral oil works. Boom, that's our Artichoke Walnut Aioli. Okay, we are prepped out. Let's go grab our tri-tip off the grill. As you can see, this thing is less of a steak and more of a roast, so it needs to rest for at least 15 minutes before slicing into it to ensure optimal juiciness. Tri-tip tends to have 2 separate grain structures, so be sure to look carefully for that grain and cut against it, otherwise you could be left with an unpleasantly chewy tipper. Cut that tri-tip into thin strips here, perfect for sandwiches. I already mentioned San Francisco's affinity for sourdough, so you already know I had to make a loaf for this sandwich. Hit that sourdough with some olive oil, then stick it under the broiler, aka the upside-down grill, until nice and toasty. It shouldn't take too long. With everything finito, all we have to do now is build. Start off by spreading that Artichoke Walnut Aioli on both sides, edge to edge. Really make sure we're getting nice and covered there. Stack them both strips sky high, don't hold back, then it's on with some of our melted fennel and shredded Monterey Jack cheese. The melted fennel brings a herbal anise sweetness to the sandwich that really does play well with the tang from the sourdough. Then it's under the broiler one last time for about a minute, just enough to melt that cheese onto the meat, and don't worry, the meat isn't going to overcook in the oven. It's not going to be in there long enough. Finally, top the sandwich with fresh peppery arugula, close her up, and slice in half before basking in its glory. Alright, there she blows, the NorCal. Everything about the sandwich is just about as Northern California as it gets. You got the sourdough, the Santa Maria barbecue style tri-tip, you have your artichoke and walnut aioli, a little bit of fresh greens on there, Monterey Jack cheese, I mean, the gang's all here. And, of course, our beautiful, wonderful, what is this? Pinot Noir from NorCal itself. Absolutely delicious. That's it. Frank Cam? What does Frank Cam think? Oh yeah, he likes it! He really likes it! There really is a certain type of PNW energy in NorCal that you just don't get down south. It shows in a plethora of ways, and food is no exception. If you're from NorCal, how did I do? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're not from NorCal, how did I do? Let me know in the comments below. I love to take feedback from you guys. Next episode, we are heading out east to yet another technically western state. We're going to the Mile High City, getting that Rocky Mountain High. That's right, we are heading to Colorado, baby. And if you dug this video and you're new here, why don't you hit that little subscribe button, hit that little bell, do me a favor, join the party. I don't know why I'm doing that accent, I don't think they talk like that there. I hope this video gave you a literal taste of what Northern California has to offer, and I will see you in the next up. Lit!